So input output in Python. So how do we write output to a standard output device in Python? So we use a function called as print. So this function print is used to write output to the output device, maybe a monitor. Right? So for example, this is a call to print function, and to this print function we pass the parameters which we want to produce, which we want to print. So for example, I want to print this hello world, right? So this print function will print this hello world on the output device, right? So you can see here, right? If I run this, right? So this hello world will be printed as an output, right? Okay, so now let us say I have this a is equal to a is a variable holding value 10. Now I want to print this value of variable a, right? So print this message, the contents which we pass inside these double quotes, right? Those will be printed as it is, right? Now you see I want to print this message, the value of a is, so I'll write that in the double quotes, right? Now, the value of a is a variable. So variable a's value is 10. So I want to print that 10. So I'll write that a outside of this double quotes, right? So the value of a is this a, right? So this will produce the value of a is this 10, right? So it will be printed like this. Okay. Now again, this is one more way. Print the value of a is the value of a is. Now what I'm doing is I'm converting this a, which is an integer, to a string, and so that I can concatenate that string with this string, right? So in fact here we are printing a string. Here we are printing a string, right? So this is the string in the double quote will be printed as it is, right? And then this a is a variable, so the value of a will be printed here, right? So this a is getting treated as a string here, so we are concatenating the string which is 10 with this string, so we are getting this output. So let's see how to format the output, right? So here I have this a is equal to 10, a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 22 variables we have, right? Now I want to print the values of a and b. So print function. Now the value of a is, so this bracket will be replaced by the variable outside of this double quote, right? So the value of a is this bracket, right? And b is this bracket, right? Now we use dot format, right? Dot format. So this when we use this dot format, this argument inside this format bracket will be replacing this bracket. By default, this first parameter will be replacing this first bracket, and the second parameter will be replacing the second bracket, this one. So we'll get the value, we'll get the output like this. The value of a is this bracket value is nothing but this variable a's value, that is 10 here, and this bracket is nothing but variable b's value. If I run this, so the value of a is 10 and b is 20. Okay, so let's move on. Now that is by default. By default, the first bracket will be taking the value of first parameter, and the second bracket will take the value of second parameter. Now you can specify the position of the argument yourself, right? So for example, again a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20. The value of b is, now in the bracket I'm writing 1. 1 means the second argument. So this is argument 0, this is argument 1. So this 1 means second argument, that is this argument, right? And a is in bracket I'm specifying 0. 0 means this, right? So the output will be the value of b is 20, that is second argument's second variable's value will be replacing this bracket, and 0 here means this 0 argument, that is a, that will be replacing this bracket, right? So if I run this, The value of B is 20 and A is 10. Right? Now also you can specify by using strings. We can do the formatting, right? So we can use keyword arguments to format the strings, right? For example, here if you see print hello, and inside this bracket I'm passing string, right? So this name, the value of name is master here, you see, and this greeting, right, the value of greeting is good morning, right? So hello, this name will be replaced by the value of name, right? The value of name is master, so hello master. Greeting is good morning, so good morning. So we'll get this message, hello master, good morning. So let's execute this. Hello master, good morning, right? Now we can combine positional arguments with keyword arguments, right? Let's see how to combine positional arguments with keyword. The story of 0, 0, 1 and other. Now you see 0 is, this is 0 location, this is 0 argument, this is argument number 1. So this 0 will be replacing this bracket, right? 1, this 1 bracket will be replaced by this Manfred and this other, right? So keyword, this other is nothing but keyword argument, right? So other is value is George, right? So this message will be the story of Bill, Manfred and George, right? So we'll get this message. So if I execute this, okay. So now let's see how to take input in Python, right? So we saw that was output, how to write an output, right? So now how to take input in Python. If you to take input, we have a function called as input, right? So this input function will allow us to take input from the keyboard, right? So input enter. So this message will be printed like this, and after this message we'll have a we'll have a box, input box, so where you can enter this input, right? So this is a box actually, and that the value entered by you will be assigned to this variable number. So what we are doing here is this input function is allowing us to enter the input from keyboard, and that entered value is given to this variable number, and then we are printing that. So let's see this. If I execute this, you see, enter a number, and this is the input box. This input box we are getting because of this input function, right? And here we are allowed to enter something, right? Let's say I enter 30, and if I hit enter, what I get is this 30 because I'm printing this number. So that is how we take input in Python, and that is how we print output in Python.